Do you see any benefits of Christianity or religion from a philosophical point of view?
Yeah, I mean, one of my favorite philosophers that really helped me understand religion was Ludwig Feuerbach. He was kind of the one of the predecessors to Karl Marx, and he has this kind of naturalistic understanding of religion, not as a like a blight on humanity. And there's like a common understanding that Marx thought that same thing because Marx famously said that religion is the opiate of the masses. But people tend to forget the quote that comes after that, that it's the sigh of the oppressed, that it's some sort of way to cope with reality, way to create community, way to uh, get people to understand each other better I mean, it's hard to get people to sit down and read a book together, except maybe Bible studies and stuff like that. Like I see this guy every day when I walk to breakfast, sat outside reading his Bible, just like in the sunlight. And I'm like, why can I be mad at that? This dude's just enjoying a book and like having a good time. So it helps people at least think about things that they might not normally think about. So really, it is the sigh of the soul that needs to understand things. So I guess for the same reason that I enjoy philosophy, I can't really harp on religion as a whole, even if everyone knows that there are certain parts of it that can be detrimental.
Hmm. Yeah, I sort of see as I've progressed through whatever journey I'm on at the moment. I've seen, well, I've had ups and downs with religion, and I guess I've come out of it probably more confused than before, in the sense that I have way more questions. But what I found is, as I've progressed through the journey of life, and I have been questioning things more and more, I see religion as more guidance for people who may not be able to cope with handling loads of questions that they have in their life. So then they have the guidance to say, all your answers are in this book. Here you go. Go and have purpose to your life.
But then on the other side of the coin, you can see how religion has been manipulated for to control the masses and to be used as a means for the people in power to just manipulate the masses and keep them on one avenue and not sort of think outside the box. And that's like sort of because for years, I think Cam's the same. We both probably saw ourselves as atheists, and it's only recently I've actually sat back and thought about it. How can I say God doesn't exist when nobody knows if God exists? And there's no definite proof out there whether God exists or not. So that's like sort of opened my mind up to actually God could exist, but not in the way organized religion says God exists.
Hmm. What's your thoughts around talking about God? And the more I look into the advancements of technology, I sort of see how God could be AI, for example. That's definitely a route. What do you, I guess, from a philosophical standpoint as well, how do you see philosophy being impacted by technology and more specifically artificial intelligence?
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think especially when it comes to creationism kind of continuing to be popular, it has reacted to a lot of scientific advancements of like the Human Genome Project, for example, or understandings of like meteorology or evolutionary biology and kind of taking different parts of these and doing kind of what you said with the eye of this extreme complexity, this dumbfoundedness we have with the universe needs some sort of explanation. And I think, of course, it's a very natural response to be in awe of the universe. I think to some extent that's a healthy response to something that, as you said, Aaron, I mean, there's so much that we don't know. There's so many, I mean, we claim to have proofs for a lot of things that we really don't. Um, so I think in terms of that, I mean, technology has helped us open our minds to the fact that we don't understand a lot. And I think that's been something that I didn't realize was a very prominent theme in philosophy is, you know, people tend to think philosophia, love of wisdom, the Greek, that it's just obsessed with gaining as much knowledge as possible. It's just kind of like amassing more and more information. But I think that's a really misguided way to think about what it means to be wise or to know things or to be a good human being. Is like plenty of philosophers are much more concerned about the things that we don't know and trying to keep an open mind in those circumstances, which, I mean, that's why I think philosophy is so great because it takes, for example, in religion, you give people a holy book and here's everything you need. And philosophy is like, here's everything we don't yet know what we need. And let's just have fun in that area.